So there are some which are actually advice, some are individual requests. Those ones I know how I'll get. My friend, you gave some individual requests. There was also a gentleman here who spoke. There's someone who said school fees yake 50,000 ilikuwa mahali. Ni wewe utaniona nitakata hiyo bili yako by 50%. Yeah, so let me just conclude. This is the way I look at Kenya. There are things that we must do for this country. One, we must be bold and take decisions. Hii maneno ya kuogopa take decisions is wrong. Number two, we must love this country. We must love our country and put our country first. Let me tell you, there is no person who can survive in this country alone. There is no tribe which can survive in this country alone. We live here in Nairobi. If it is not for the community around here, who supply us with food and people who travel from the other places, we cannot survive here. And I'm telling you, you may be giving the highest taxes in this country. But if we are not in Nairobi to provide you with market, hakuna mahali mtauzia hizo vitu zenyu. Hata ukilima waru kiasi gani utajiuzia? Utauzia watoto wako? Lazima mlete Nairobi na surrounding mutuuzie. Hiyo samaki yangu ya kutoka Lake Victoria siwezi kula peke yangu ama na watu wetu. Lazima zikuje hapa Nairobi. Na kwanza siku hizi nyinyi ndiye mnakula samaki hata kutoshinda. Let us just love each other and love our country. And criticize and critique objectively. And then let us condemn those who are putting tribalism ahead of everything else. You know, let me tell you, hata mimi, I would have really loved to be born in a Kikuyu. If anything, you people have better land here than us. You have better proximity to Nairobi. Mimi nimesumbuka kukuja hapa. You really suffer to reach Nairobi. And if anything, who would not want to come from a populous community? Lakini Mungu ndiye alichoose nizaliwe huko. And I'm sure some of you are also admiring the Luos. You'd have wanted to be a Luo. Because we also have some characteristics that are very unique. Even when I'm poor, you cannot tell. Ama namna gani? But Mungu aliamua uzaliwe hapa. It was not your choice. So why are you proud with something you did not contribute to? You have zero contribution. I am a Luo. So what? Did I decide to be a Luo? Was I even there when my mother and father were agreeing? I was not there. If they decided not to agree, I would not be there today, my friend. I should be very grateful for those two old people. But unfortunately, they are all gone, both of them. Because they have made me to be here. So, I don't know. Ni shetani gani saa zingine inaingia kwa fikra wa Kenya. And lastly, sometimes we don't know the damage we cause to our economy when we do a few things that we do in this country. One of them to target people's businesses. Let me tell you, as Minister for Finance, you know, I'm so knowledgeable in matters finance, Mheshimiwa, and we sat in Bunge. In fact, people should be moved from executive to parliament, I think, even to judiciary at times. You get to appreciate more. Now I understand the cost of riot. In fact, when we used to close the roads in Nairobi and say all Mondays, holiday. Maandamano. Tuesday. I remember Baba saying, Tuesday. I didn't know the damage that was causing. Do you know, one day, when you close this economy, one day, it takes 3 months to come out of 1 day's disruption of economic activities. We are still feeling the effects of 2024. Today, it is still reflected in my figures. And I go to IMF, I have to convince them that things are improving. I have to talk to World Bank. Today, I am struggling with World Bank to justify and demonstrate that our debt sustainability is still within limit. Because they don't see economic projection, they are looking at economic projection, they are saying there was a lot of interruption, and for this to pick up, they are projecting 3 years. I'm telling them, no, it is just a few months. My friends, even if we don't agree with the government, I think we must look for ways of picketing in this country. That does not mean I am now against people picketing. We must picket if government is not doing the things we want government to do. You must demonstrate your displeasure, but let us not disrupt economic activities. It is costly, it is expensive, it is one of the reasons why we are paying high debts. It gets to a point, you and I are the ones who pay for those things. So let's talk to our children, let's talk to ourselves, and understand that we live in a country which, if it burns, all of us, no one is safe. All of us were here in 2007. I don't know who was, maybe a few people were not born, but I don't know. 2007, surely. Is there anyone in the room who was not alive then? But some of you were young. But those of us who are not young, we saw something you could never imagine. Your neighbor is standing against you. Someone you are drinking tea with. Someone you are greeting each other in the morning, in the evening. Nasema mama so and so, habari yako. All of a sudden, anashika panga. Anakukata. Why? Because someone has been announced the president. And someone has not been announced the president. But the politics began, the toxic politics just began kama mchezo. It was just kama mchezo. Let me conclude. Ilikuwa kama mchezo. Mlikuwa mnaambiwa, huyu akichukua presidency, mtatembea na suruali. Na vinyasa, si ndio? Na sisi tuliambiwa, huyu saa hii ametukasirikia kupita kiasi. Akiendelea kuongoza nchi, mtalazimishwa mkule samaki mbichi. Let me tell you, if there is anyone who eats fish, anaogopa ni kukula samaki mbichi. Kulazimishwa ukule samaki mbichi. And you know, people believed it. To the extent, we invested emotions in presidential election. Emotions. Yet presidents come and go. In fact, Kibaki had only 5 years left. And if Raila won, he had only 10 years. He would have ruled and left. Hata sahi, si mlikuwa mnasema yeye ndiye shetani zaidi. Na sasa tumemzika. Kwani shetani imeisha Kenya sasa? Wengi wenyu wameanza kulia, wapi Raila? Hata kabla hajazikwa ni wapi Raila? But he is not going to be there again. He is gone. Ameenda. Mtaendelea kuchukia Mbadi because Raila is gone. Na mimi pia nitakufa. Sasa mtachukia nani? Tulichukia Kibaki, akamaliza yake, akaenda. Uhuru amemaliza yake, ameenda. Leo ni Ruto. Kesho tutaanza kuchukia nani? Gachagua. Gachagua ataenda. Na tuchukue Ndindi Nyoro, tuanze kumchukia. Is that the country we want to lead? Is that the country where we want to live? Anyway, I was just talking generally. Maybe I've made sense, maybe I've not made sense. But I am leaving you by saying, I am given a responsibility of being your Minister for Finance. Whether you are a Luo, a Pokomo, Kikuyu, Turkana, I am your Minister for Finance. I owe it to you to make things better. I will do my best in my small way to support the government and work for the people of Kenya. Hata kama utanichukia sababu ya kabila yangu ni sawa, but I will have done my best. Sawa sawa. Mwingine ataingia, tutamchukia, let him also do his best. May God bless you. Asanteni sana kwa kukuja. So I know later, I don't know